Jamaica, Daryl Vaz is being honored with the Order of Jamaica. And I thought it fitting to deliver an analysis of his stewardship and the fortitude that this man has demonstrated throughout his political journey thus far. You know, in Jamaican politics, as I analyze it, many rise by navigating the currents. But Daryl Vaz is a man who builds his own banks and redirects the river. Known widely across the nation as Mr. Portland, Vaz is a figure of political resilience whose identity was forged not in backroom compromises, I believe, but in the heat of political battle, grassroots loyalty, and unyielding commitment to public service. For 4 decades, Vaz has faced down political storms that would have broken lesser men. And time again, he has emerged standing and vindicated. His political saga has now reached its emotional high water mark. The complete clearing of his name in a high-profile defamation battle, accompanied by his appointment to the Order of Jamaica, one of the nation's highest civilian honors. To understand the emotional depth of Daryl Vaz's victory in his defamation lawsuit against PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell, one must realize firstly that this was never about a routine political dispute, but about confronting a 40-year-old whisper campaign. For decades, politically orchestrated rumors had floated through the background of the Jamaican politics, attempting to stain his character and to tie his name to dark, unfounded allegations. But when Dr. Campbell weaponized those rumors on a political platform, Vaz drew an absolute line in the sand, it seems. For Vaz, taking legal action was deeply personal, as it was about his wife, his children, his constituents, and the honor of the name he inherited. In court, Vaz brought unassailable receipts, submitting passport records and academic transcripts, proving he was out of the country when those unfortunate alleged events took place, forcing the PNP General Secretary to capitulate just as the trial was set to begin. The settlement was not quiet. It wasn't just an handshake. It wasn't just a handshake. Dr. Campbell was legally required to retract his words unconditionally, pay $1.5 million in legal costs, post a video apology on social media, and publish full-page apologies across the leading pages of Jamaica's national newspapers. Reflecting on the settlement, an emotional Vaz captured the relief of a lifetime of endurance, noting that he was humbled that God does not sleep and that he was finally being vindicated after 40 years. The same fighting spirit that cleared his name in court is what allowed Vaz to fundamentally rewire Jamaica's electoral map when he first set foot in Portland Western, an impregnable PNP stronghold that had been held by the Orange Party for nearly 2 decades. They haven't forgiven him. They probably won't. Vaz embedded himself into the soil, listened to the everyday struggles of the people, felt their sense of neglect, and offered a different kind of leadership, defined by constant presence, rapid execution, and fierce advocacy. Have you watched him? You know, when he wrestled the seat from the PNP in 2007, it sent shockwaves through the political establishment. But the real test of his spirit came shortly after, when opponents once again launched a bitter legal challenge over his dual U.S. citizenship. His own party man let him down. You know, when the court stripped him of his seat in 2009, his political rivals celebrated. but they profoundly underestimated his resolve. He immediately legally renounced his United States citizenship to prove his undivided allegiance to Jamaica. Then he returned to the roads of Portland, looked his constituents in the eye, and won the 2009 by-election with an even larger majority. He didn't just win a seat, he won the hearts and earned the enduring title of Mr. Portland. That emotional connection eventually grew into a family legacy when his wife, Anne-Marie Vaz, stepped forward to contest the neighboring constituency of Portland Eastern, a seat once again the PNP had held comfortably for 30 consecutive years. Powered by Daryl's relentless campaigning machinery and the immense local goodwill surrounding the Vaz name, Action Ann, as she is called, accomplished the impossible, turning the entire parish of Portland JLP green for the first time in nearly 4 decades. A leader's true character, when you think of it, is revealed not just by how he fights his battles, but by what he builds for his country. Starting his public journey as a municipal councillor for the Waterloo Division back in 1986, his 40-year trajectory of public service reached its national zenith when he was named a recipient of the Order of Jamaica. This national honor recognizes a lifetime of decisive impacts across key portfolios, from pioneering the rural school bus system to fast-tracking the restoration of critical electricity and telecom infrastructure after major national disasters like Hurricanes Beryl and Melissa. And we could talk about whether that was fast or slow, right? But it is clear that Jamaicans respect Daryl Vaz because he shuns bureaucratic posturing and operates with corporate urgency. There's no doubt about that in my mind. He gives prompt action and a drive to finish the mission. And so, with his name permanently cleared in the courts, his political legacy firmly rooted in Portland, and the Order of Jamaica bestowed upon his chest, Daryl Vaz stands as one of the most formidable, authentic, and celebrated figures in modern Jamaican public life. I see him as a political warrior who fought for his name and won the highest respect of the nation he serves. And so, Jamaica, we celebrate Daryl Vaz today and beyond, what he has achieved for himself and what he has achieved for the country. PNP or JLP, we all stand to benefit from his work in public life. And today we say, Daryl Vaz, we salute you. Jamaica salutes you. And onward you go, doing even more for your constituency, the people who elected you to serve them, but even more so as minister for the entire wider Jamaica, and the hope that we place in a government when we elect them to do the work of the people. Until then, my friends, remember, out of many, one people, one Jamaica under God. See you next time.
Here we call,
one people, one nation,
standing tall,
under God,
strong and free,
Jamaica,
the land we love.